porque está más feo. Neta, a ver, vamos a ver YouTube.
¿Sabes cómo se llama? Ah, YouTube. Oh, ya va a salir el Red Bull.
¿Eh?
Hoy sale el Red Bull.
Sí, es cierto.
Es porque está más feo.
Estás en stream, bro. Neta, a ver, vamos a ver YouTube. Una persona está viendo.
Oh, ya va a salir el Red Bull.
¿Quién? No,
Hoy
no
sale
soy
el
yo.
Red Bull.
Sí, es cierto. Estás en stream, bro. Neta, a ver, vamos a ver YouTube.
Pero ¿qué tienes en tu pantalla?
Una persona está viendo.
Quimica, bros. Me has puesto la.
Estás en stream, bro. Yo lo puedo cambiar. Neta, a ver, vamos a ver YouTube. Sí, mucho a ver, editar video.
En un minuto sale el Red Bull.
Ah, 2 minutos sale. Ah, vamos a ponerle estreno del Red Bull. Oye, sí, mira, chécate. Vamos a hacerle stream profesional, ¿va?
Reacciona al nuevo Red Bull.
Sí, sí, de hecho. A ver,
Reaccionando al nuevo Red Bull con los panes. ¿Tú qué crees? ¿Va a ser azul otra vez? ¿Va a ser el mismo color?
aquí, ahí.
Por ahí.
No, bro. La volteé. Ahí está. Ahí está. No me vale madres. ¿Dónde está la mamada esa?
Ahí está, pendejo.
Ah, ya sabía.
Hello, everyone. We are live here in New York City. Oracle Red Bull Racing is here today to launch their 2023 season and give you, the fans, an up-close and personal look at the RB19. Hello, everyone. I'm Marty Smith, and joining me today is the lovely Giselle Zarzor. How'd I do?
You're doing great.
I'm working on that.
Yeah.
We can already feel the energy in the room. It is electric. We have so much to share over the next hour. Today, you'll hear from two-time world champion Max Verstappen. Let's hear it for Max, everybody. What a tremendous career is unfolding for him. And of course, today we have the Mexican Minister of Defense himself, Mr. Sergio Perez, a.k.a. Checo. Checo is
A lot of
here.
Mexicans here, huh?
I know, I love it.
Yeah.
A lot of Checo fans. After the official announcement in 2022, we're finally welcoming home. 8-time Grand Prix winner Daniel Ricciardo is back with Oracle Red Bull for 2023 after 4 long years away.
Hey, Marty. Hi, everyone. I'm thrilled to be here. Let me tell you that we'll also be joined by team principal and CEO Christian Horner. We will have a first look at the new team kit for 2023 and some very special guests. Of course, it wouldn't be a season launch without a sneak peek at the RB19. Stay tuned, because this is gonna be quite the show. The Formula One team defended its driver championship with Max Verstappen. The 25-year-old won a record-breaking 15 races last year, including 9 of the last 11 races. Max set the new mark for the most wins in an F1 season.
What an unbelievable year. Tremendous year in 2022 for Max. Oracle Red Bull Racing also won the Constructors' Championship in 2022 and were the only team to have both cars start in the top 4 in every Grand Prix last season. I think we'd all agree 2022 was a fantastic year, to say the least. I want to take a moment to thank the thousands of fans around the globe who are streaming this event today. Wherever you're watching from today, you're in for quite a treat. Over the next hour, we'll take you into the world of Oracle Red Bull Racing. We'll cover where we've been, where we're going, and everything in between.
As always, a massive hello to our members of the paddock and those streaming the event online. A reminder for you, all these can be found at redbullracing.com/the paddock. The paddock is Oracle Red Bull Racing fantastic loyalty platform where fans can earn points, claim rewards, and enter unique competition. But much more on that later. Those Eagle Eye viewers may notice hidden paddock codes throughout the show, a way to redeem points and prize online.
One thing that's always true of the Oracle Red Bull Racing team, their willingness to take the road less traveled.
From Las Vegas streets, desert heat to Miami Beach, from sea to shining sea.
You ready to get started?
Oracle Red Bull Racing has been exploring this land even before there were roads.
Okay, how about Tour City? Where to next? Okay, there's Matthew. Let's get after it. Finally. I think he wants to race. Let's see what he can do.
Oracle Red Bull Racing has made its mark, but now awaits the next chapter.
Max Verstappen, you are world champion. We are world champions.
2023, now loading.
Without question, nobody pushes the limits quite like Oracle Red Bull. What a tremendous year once again in 2022, not only achieving back-to-back driver championships, but also the constructor championship. It's wonderful to be here in New York with all of you today. Thank all of you here in the live audience for coming out. And we'll start the day, come on out, brother, with team principal and CEO of Oracle Red Bull Racing, Christian Horner. Great to see you, brother. Good morning. Congratulations on the tremendous success you guys have achieved at Oracle Red Bull. We are all so excited to be here in New York. So let's start right there. What is your impression of us unveiling the car today and opening the season here in New York?
Well, look, it's incredibly special to be here, you know, in the Big Apple, in the U.S., in New York. It's playing, you know, the U.S. is playing such a big role in Formula One these days. 3 Grand Prix, you know, Las Vegas coming onto the calendar as well this year. So it seemed only fitting, you know, to unveil the RB19 and our plans for the season ahead, you know, here in New York City.
It is unbelievable, the growth of Formula One in the United States, even over the past couple of years. How do you describe it?
It's been massive, and you know, it's just been fantastic to see the U.S. really embracing Formula One. And you know, we started with a race in Austin, and then Miami introduced last year, and of course Vegas coming this year. And we're seeing the U.S. really engaging, you know, in Formula One and everything that's going on. We're seeing a much younger demographic, a much younger fan base coming into the sport as well. And you know, we now have so many U.S. partners. It's a really exciting time for Formula One, and you know, particularly in the United States.
And the team performed extremely well, both in Austin and in Miami. What were the keys to you guys doing so well here in the U.S.?
Well, look, all races carry the same points, but they were 2 big races that we wanted to win. And Miami being the first race was a super tight race. And I think that, you know, that was a big race for Max to win, a really tight race. And then, of course, in Austin, it was a weekend that was, quite an emotional weekend. We lost our founder and chairman, Dietrich Mateschitz, and we had the opportunity to win the Constructors' Championship for the first time in 8 years. And on Sunday, Max winning that race, Checo up there on the podium as well, converted those points to win and bring home that Constructors' Championship.
You noted the co-founder of Red Bull, Dietrich Mateschitz. I know you had quite a relationship with him. How do you define the emotion that you guys were experiencing there in Austin, and what is his influence?
Well, of course, he was a huge influence in everything that we did. It was his passion, not just within Red Bull Racing, but the whole Red Bull group. And, that lives on today. And, the passion, the determination, the fact that, we're mavericks, we're pushing the boundary, we're doing things differently. And then, hence we're here, the only team to announce in the US. And, we're getting on with and preparing for the season ahead. We're very exciting about it. We've got tremendous support from Red Bull and the shareholders, and looking forward to this busy season in 2023.
I was going to ask you, what's your perspective for 2023 with Red Bull and Honda?
Well, it's going to be an incredible season. Our rivals, for sure, haven't stood still. So, we're expecting Ferrari to be competitive. Mercedes are going to be there. There's some other teams that could well make some big progress as well. So this time of year, it's all a big unknown, and it's a question of focusing on ourselves, on doing the best that we can. And then in Bahrain, in a couple of weeks' time, we'll get to see everybody's car, and we'll realize, have we missed something, have we not? And then we set off on this 23-race journey between, March and November, and, there's going to be highs and lows along the way, I'm sure, but I think we're in a good place and looking to carry on that momentum from last year.
As we noted just a moment ago, one of the most impressive parts of 2022 was the fact that you guys started in the top 4 in every single Grand Prix during the season. Define for me what that means. Like, what is the challenge to achieve that?
Well, I think consistency is incredibly important, and I think that what we achieved last year with 17 victories out of 22 races, 2 out of the 3 sprint races, we hit a level that we haven't previously, and with both drivers delivering was a phenomenal performance. And I think that we're going to have to be at the top of our game this year because, the drivers, the teams that we're up against, they're hugely competitive and skillful teams. So, we're going to have to be at the top of our game this season. We're looking forward to it. It's been a good winter. It's been a chance to recharge the batteries, get focused on the regulation change for this year, some subtle changes with the cars for this year. But everybody's ready to go racing again.
And what can you share with us about Gran Toro 2023? I know it's a huge initiative.
Yeah, it's a big initiative. It's something that we did in Europe last year, which is basically, I don't think you can call it a rally, but it's a bunch of enthusiasts in very nice cars going from the UK to Austria. Last year, we're doing that. We're going to do that again in Europe. And we're going to do a road trip as well from in the build-up to the Vegas race from Los Angeles across. So that's a great initiative. We met some great people and fans of the team on that, and the drivers are going to get involved. Daniel and David Coulthard will be getting involved in that.
Really appreciate your perspective, your leadership of the program. Thank you so much, Christian. We'll see much more of you here in just a bit. Right now, folks, let's take a moment to celebrate some of the athletes from the world of Red Bull. As one of the most visible sponsors in extreme sports globally, Red Bull is an energy drink that broke the mold of what's expected from a brand.
Now, please welcome Red Bull athletes, Eileen Gu, Miles Chamley-Watson, Seb Powell, and Leticia Buffoni. So let's start with you, Eileen. At only 19 years old, you're an Olympic champion, professional freestyle skier. I would like to highlight some of your some of the highlights of your career. You're the youngest Olympic champion in freestyle skiing, one of only a handful of free skiers to compete in all 3 disciplines, and first freestyle skier to win 3 medals at a single Winter Olympic. Welcome. How are you?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I love F1 so much, and it's really exciting to be a part of this monumental event and to share it with all these incredible athletes.
Now, tell me, Melanie, you know, Red Bull Racing just won 2 championships in a row, something pretty difficult to achieve. What's the key in your sport that allows you to continue to perform at the top level?
Absolutely. I think sports are so physical, right? But a huge part of it really is mental. And a lot of people sometimes overlook that. There's so much mental training that goes into it, learning to deal with pressure, learning to love pressure, learning to overcome it, and learning to be the best version of yourself when the world is watching. And I think that's something that Red Bull does so well, because Red Bull strikes this incredible balance of both symbolizing the epitome of everything that action sports are, while also building this family and this sense of community. So we all love what we do so much. We're all the best in the world at it, and somehow we're all best friends with each other. So that's something that's really incredible.
You talk about balance, and please tell me, how do you balance and prioritize all the aspects of your life? From being a professional athlete, a model, attending Stanford, you seem to be equally driven in all of these activities.
I'm actually in my midterms right now. I wrote my philosophy paper on the way over on the red eye. So that's how I balance it. Yeah, so I think for me, everything comes down to passion. I love fashion because I think it's so personal and expressive. And it's a way that I can really be myself through the way that I look. On the other hand, I think skiing really embodies those same traits, but in the way that I feel, in the way that I ski, in the way that I am in the air. And then finally, school to me it's the cognitive aspect, it's the intellectual aspects, it's the way I approach all the other things. And that's what allows me to deal with pressure. It's what allows me to love fashion and to really nerd out about all the materials and the designers. And everything really is interconnected for me, and truly it comes down to the fact that I love everything I do. They balance each other out really well, and it won't let me get burned out.
Good. Now, welcome to two-time world champion and 2016 Team Olympic medalist in fencing, Miles Chambliss-Watson. Hi, how are you, Miles?
I'm doing great, thank you. Thanks for having me. It's lovely to be here back in cold New York for a lovely event, so thanks again.
Miles, tell me, how is Red Bull different from other companies that partner with athletes?
Well, Red Bull's definitely, they were the first sponsor to ever sign me, but they definitely care about the athletes. You know, they ask us questions. They've been, you know, helping me build and change the sport. And they're very, you know, encouraging and always behind me, which is something that, as a partner, I always look to have. And they're just amazing people. And it's not really a sponsorship, it's a family, which is, I think, everybody up here, you know, I see them around the world, and it's like truly a family. So that's how they're different in many ways.
Now tell me, what attracted you to F1?
I mean, as a kid growing up in London, I've always loved F1. I've always loved driving fast. And I'm obviously heavily invested, and I just think what they do it's honestly incredible. And then when you get to see it up close, you really get to see that they do put their lives on the line. And I think the TV doesn't do justice. So like when you go and see a race, you really see like how mad they are, and it's really incredible to see. So, yeah.
Perfect. Now, next up fresh of X Games in Aspen is 23-year-old Seb Powell. Hi, Seb, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
All good, thank you. Can you describe your unique style of riding, and please explain me what is the knuckle hawk?
So my unique style of riding it's a lot different from normal snowboarders because of pretty much how spontaneous it is. I can have an idea of what I want to do, dropping into a jump or rail or whatever, but the second I get up to it, or I'm about to take off, I could completely switch what I'm going to do, and that's what makes it so spontaneous and unique.
And the knuckle hawk, that is?
So for knuckle hug, it's kind of hard to explain. It's like, so pretty much instead of using the jump, you use the landing. So like this is the knuckle pretty much, and
do you need to use my hand to explain it? Yeah.
So you got the jump here usually,
but
you take off right here instead, and like this gives you a little pocket of air, or not air, but like you can manipulate your body and use your board to like flip and spin in certain ways that you can't do on a normal jump because you don't go as high in the air pretty much.
Okay, and now please tell us about the sliding tour, an event that you created to promote inclusion and aims to make the mountain more colorful.
So sliding tour, Red Bull gave me the opportunity to pretty much give some energy back to the East Coast. That's where snowboarding started, so it's birthplace. A lot of events are like all over the world and we're on the West Coast. So there's not much energy on the East Coast, so we pretty much go to mountains, shoot, film on rails, jumps, and invite all the people, like all the locals to come snowboard with us. And it's pretty cool because we didn't really, it's pretty cool because it gave me this niche that I didn't know I had, which is just riding with a lot of people. And oh my gosh, I'm forgetting what I'm saying. It gave me this niche of pretty much inviting. It's like it welcomes people to what is the word? It's like pretty much getting
involved with the sport.
Yeah, like we have kids pretty much come out and it's like you just make them feel welcome and ride with them. It's not really just a session for us, it's a session for them. And then like pretty much we just have as much fun as possible and it makes them feel really involved with the sport. And just a lot of fun.
Sounds great. And now, welcome 6-time X Games skateboarding gold medalist Leticia Buffoni, an icon in women's skateboarding. Hi, Leticia, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
All good, thank you. You competed in the Tokyo Olympics where skateboarding debuted. Please tell me about the emotions of being there.
Man, it was crazy. I never thought in my life I'd be competing in the Olympics and representing my country, and it was amazing. It was a lot of nerves, and I want to do it again because it was amazing.
Now, we saw your recent Sky Crane video. Please tell me how to come up with, prepare for it. It was crazy. Oh, my God.
It was a dream of mine that I had about 5 years ago, and I brought to Red Bull. They loved the idea, and they wanted to do it. It took us a long time to prepare and organize everything. I had to train a lot. I had to do over 100 jumps for the actual jump, and it was a lot of work, but we made it somehow.
Worth it.
It was amazing. Yeah, it was a dream come true.
Cool. Eileen, you attended last year the Monaco Grand Prix and Miami. Tell me about the experience of being in those Grand Prix.
Well, I'm a huge adrenaline addict. I think everybody on this stage is, but really seeing it in person truly is so different. The drivers are going so fast. I can't even imagine moving at that speed and having to make reactions just like that. It really shows how you have to be so dialed in. You almost have to be subconscious and functioning as though you and the driver and the car are one. And that is just something that I admire so much. I admire excellence in any field, but in a sport like F1, I really I love watching, and I have so much respect for the drivers.
Miles, you were too in Miami, and you did an Instagram takeover. So tell me about that. And are you planning to attend to another race this year?
Yeah, so Miami was so hot. My God. I definitely love going to races. I'll definitely be at more. I think we can settle the dispute that F1 drivers are athletes. So if I hear this again, okay, they are fully athletes because it's so crazy what they do. And I hope to go to Vegas for the race. Definitely hope I make it back. So Red Bull, I'll be there. And yeah. And
Instagram.
Yes, Instagram will be there too. But it was a nice little takeover to kind of show the fans and people that watched it what really goes on at the races. You know, how it's a huge team. It's not just like the drivers. So I think it was cool to show the different, perspective. So it was lovely. So I'll definitely be back again.
Perfect. Seb, how was Miami for you? Rumors said that you're going back this year.
I'm definitely going back. That was actually so much fun. I've never been to a race either. And to show up and kind of see how it goes and see how they operate, it's all so intense. We were at the end of the mile stretch in Miami, and I had no idea. They literally sound like jets coming down, and then they do almost a 90-degree turn, and just to slow down to that speed after going jet speed was crazy to see. We got to go to the paddock too and to see how they all operate, like how top secret it is in there too. It was all really cool to see, and would love to do it some more.
And what about you, Leticia? Tell me about the experience in Miami.
I've been to many races, but Miami was definitely my favorite. I think just everything about Miami, the weather, which you didn't like it, the parties, everything about it was beautiful. I can't wait to go back.
Good. Well, let's thank to you all for joining us here today and enjoy the races you will attend this upcoming season. And please keep pushing all the limits on the world sports. Let's check in with Marty. What do you have, Marty?
It's so inspiring to hear the amazing paths that those awesome Red Bull athletes have taken to the pinnacle of their sports, and to see how committed Red Bull continues to be in the world of extreme sports, and learn about it from those amazing athletes themselves. Oracle Red Bull Racing continues to put fans at the forefront of everything they do. 2023 will be no exception. Let's take a look at someone else who's getting involved. How cool is that? I mean, that is cool, and I'm actually a little disappointed. I got to be honest. I thought Christian was going to show up today wearing that suit.
Yeah, it was
Why didn't you get that suit, man? You'd look fantastic in that suit. It is time now to talk about an exciting opportunity for all of you at home to get more involved with Oracle Red Bull Racing than ever before. We're launching a competition called Make Your Mark, powered by Oracle. Christian, what more can you tell us about this initiative?
Well, this is very much about getting the fans involved in the livery and the look of the car. So for the 3 U.S. races that we have this year, for the first time ever, we're going to get the fans involved to create the livery for those 3 races. It's going to be a competition. It's a huge opportunity, and we've thought long and hard about it. But we know it's what people want to see, to be able to get involved. And this is your chance to be able to do that. So for the first race, obviously U.S. race in May in Miami, the competition opens, I think, today. And to get involved and come up with some interesting liveries, that there'll be then a panel of judges, and we'll pick out the best and most striking ones for these 3 iconic races.
How fun. I mean, what an awesome initiative to get the fans even more involved than they've ever been. For more information on this, guys, Make Your Mark. You can go to the paddock, and no doubt across social media you'll see so much more on this initiative in the foreseeable future. Head to redbullracing.com/the paddock to find out more. Absolutely awesome opportunity for the fans. It sounds amazing, and definitely I'm going to get on board. Something special happening here with Mr. Doodle and the RB14 show car, right?
Yeah, so we saw the video of Mr. Doodle there taking one of our old show cars, and he's done a unique livery on it. You can see it's pretty special. It's a piece of art. Now that we're going to auction that car for our charity, our nominated charity, Wings for Life, and every single penny from that auction for that car is going to go to the charity. So the auction again is going to open. I think it opens today through Christie's, and yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's going to look great in somebody's living room. Yours? Or it's on somebody's wall. I mean, it's a fantastic piece of art. You'd have to say. And I mean, this guy, he's doodled his entire house. He lives in a house that looks like that.
Did he do your house?
No. But Max, saw him doing it, was hugely impressed. So maybe he's going to put in a bid as well.
So what you're telling me is, when you guys get to Miami, it's Max who's going to be wearing that suit.
Well,